Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Mark. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Live, I said live from New York. It is the Coffee Club with your host, Felix, and your guest host, Mark, will be calling in shortly. I hope. He is MIA right now, ladies and gentlemen. So good evening, and how are you tonight? Okay, I see he's calling in. Let's see if it works. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening. I called in 10 minutes ago and waited, but you must have been pondering today's show because I could only think of one place where you might have been.
No, actually, I was working on some on a special project for you.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, after listening to our friends say there is no heaven, there is no hell, I would have to say that after spending the better part of 6 hours in Reagan National Airport, as close to hell as you can get, especially since it was well after midnight by the time I finally got a flight. So I was beginning to wonder if we were ever going to get out of there.
Well, I'm glad you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here tonight.
How very true. But I am glad that you wanted to do this special show. Tell our listeners that after being so angered by the delays and, at the airport, I know that everybody out there must have an airport story to tell. You're in transportation, so I'm sure you have plenty of them. If it's not you or your family, it's certainly a shipment or a transport that you're waiting for,
There's always something going on, that's true. But tell me, how'd you enjoy Washington National? I see. Did you look at the pictures I posted today yet? I'm
looking at them now as we speak. Very good. That one of the person sleeping there could have been me. I really had to look closely.
I heard they retired I heard they retired your airplane afterwards. Did you see a picture of it?
Well, I don't know. Yes, but I don't know about the airplane retiring the airplane. But I know the seat that I was on was auctioned off on eBay. Okay, I don't know what they got for it. I wouldn't give them two cents, but what can I say? And to top things off, when we finally get on the plane, the stewardess makes an announcement saying that they didn't get restocked as far as beverages are concerned, so she couldn't even offer us a glass of water.
Oh, great.
So,
what are you going to take your Valium with?
You dry heave it. What could I tell you? I don't know.
I wonder how it tastes chewed. So I wonder what it tastes like chewed.
Not very good. Not very good. You need
Probably
one of those Flintstone flavored vitamins. Those chewables. But and it was fun. The first leg of the flight, was on time. Everything was fine. Get into Reagan about 10:15, and at least on the second floor where I was, very little in the way of food to choose from. And of course I don't have to tell you, but everything is highly overpriced. They know that they got you coming and going. You can't leave Okay, so you're stuck paying whatever prices they ask. The only thing that was actually good was the Starbucks coffee for a change.
Well, it's Starbucks. Did you get the blonde or the light coffee that they have?
Actually, I got the medium roast. You know, I don't like their full body roast. I think it's much too strong and bitter for me. And I never tried their light, so I figured how bad could the medium be, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Now, before we forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, so that means you can call us.
That's right. I'm really in Reagan National Airport as we speak. Haven't left yet.
Yeah. 646-595-3275. That's 646-595-3275. And Mark, if you log in with my name,
yes,
and then you can, and then you go in the studio, you'll be also part of it, and you can actually go in the chat room also.
Well,
and monitor the chat room.
Well, let me see now. Okay, if that's the case, I have to go to studio. You say, right? No, I don't want to do this. I was just listening as we were talking, and knowing me, I just pressed the wrong thing. But that's sort of par for the course for me.
That's okay. We can hear you just fine.
Log in? No. Where's
Did you log
studio?
in yet?
Oh, wait. No, I'm looking for. Yeah. I'm looking for studio.
My studio, I think it says. Under where you have the picture of the where you know how to get to the dashboard, you go on the drop-down menu.
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I'm listening to the broadcast now, and
you shouldn't be listening to it if you're talking on the phone.
No. I know that. I'm just want to try something else. Hold it. All right.
Because we got we got three people already in there.
Well, I just clicked my studio, so let's see where it's gonna take me. Okay, I got to sign in again. I see.
Yep.
Okay, let me just do this, and let me just do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those that are in the chat room, Mark will be joining you in a second, hopefully, and maybe we'll start a lively chat there also.
Yeah, as soon as the computer stops freezing on me, it does that all the time. That's what happens when you're 8 years old. In the computer world, that's ancient.
That's ancient, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, I see.
Oh,
look at this. I have all the there is no heaven, there is no hell things, huh?
Oh, yeah, you can control everything that I can control, just about.
Now, let me see.
It says...
chat, right here. Couldn't be any
just press
simpler.
that.
I did press chat.
Exactly.
However,
and now you go on the bottom left there.
Bottom left, where it says next? No, that's right.
No. In the chat box. It says online users. Under that, you can say hello. You can type in hello, Mark.
Actually, I don't see anything. I'm serious. I don't see anything. All I see is...
Did you press chat?
Chat is co-host. Yeah, I did press chat. I pressed it, but I'm going to press it again. See what happens. You know.
A little white box should have opened up.
No. Well, chat as co-host. Let's see.
That's it. Chat as co-host.
Well,
that's what you want to press.
Well, I did, and nothing has happened.
Nothing opened up?
Nope.
Really?
Not a thing.
Okay, I'm going to shut off mine and see if you can do it then. Even though I don't see
do it.
why.
Please don't. It's okay. It's quite all right.
Yeah, well, I got three people on it, and I can't control the other stuff. And also,
talk to those people because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to.
There's no reason why you shouldn't.
Well, I did everything you said, and nothing is happening here. So
when you press the launch chat room,
let me go. Let me go back to studio again.
You are in studio.
Yeah, I know that.
In the meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, while he's trying to figure out what's going on, I'm going to put a song
always trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm going to play a song that's not copyrighted, so you don't, because that's the only stuff we're allowed to play, and Mark will get a kick out of it, and this way we won't hear the railroad when it comes by in a minute. So here we go, Mark.
Okie doke.
Mark, you can talk, but I'm going to turn from my mic.
Okay, let's check it.
There's a raccoon on the shoulder, ain't going anywhere. There's pipes and letters and tire tracks, dead skunk fills the air. There's a piece of something over here, the rest is over there. I'm about to lose my lunch. Hey, look out for that deer, I got the roadkill blues. I got the roadkill blues. Them poor little critters don't stand a chance. These Chevys and the Subarus. Oh, the carnage and the heartache. Don't know if to cry or puke. Dogs and ducks and squirrels. Guts giving me the roadkill blues. There's a mother and her ducklings. They're about to cross the road. Here comes a big old semi-truck. He's pulling ahead to load. He ain't got time to stop. I don't think he really cares. Next thing I know, where did the duckies go? Just a bunch of feathers everywhere. I got the roadkill blues. I got the roadkill blues. Them poor little critters don't stand a chance. These Chevys and the Subarus. Oh, the carnage and the heartache. Don't know if to cry or puke. Dogs and ducks and squirrels, guts giving me the roadkill blues. Look out! Chicken never did cross the road, 'cause my pickup got him first. I got the roadkill blues. I got the roadkill blues. Them poor little critters don't stand a chance. Oh, the carnage and the heartache. Don't know if to cry or puke. Dogs and ducks and squirrels, guts give me the roadkill blues. Dogs and ducks and squirrels, guts. Listen up, my view, roadkill blues.
Now, you remember that song, Mark?
I certainly do. I told the audience.
I don't think anybody could hear you over the song, I'll be honest with you. All I heard was mumbling. Very quiet mumbling.
Well, I invited people to ask me a question. I told people that this was your standard bearer of a song.
No,
you know,
but
certainly.
Nobody could hear it.
Well,
nobody could hear you, unfortunately. Just all we heard is very quiet mumbling, almost of no consequences. Because I couldn't hear you, so I don't think anybody else could, unfortunately.
Well,
but
to tell you the truth,
that song
after
is
6 hours in the airport, I'm not making any sense anyway. So what can I tell you?
Yeah, that song we used to play in an original show called Trucking to Heaven, when we were trying to attract
yes, memories.
truckers. And that particular song was basically our unofficial theme song, and it's not copyrighted, so we could actually play it.
That was our national anthem.
The only thing that happened was the train never came, so put it on for nothing.
That surprises me because that train is always like clockwork.
I know.
It knows exactly when you go on the air.
Yeah, it does. I mean, there's a train that goes on. I wrote down the schedule. There's a train that goes on.
I was going to say, it actually makes more noise than the dogs do when they're outside barking to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. But it goes on at 8:58. It arrives. I know it's time to get ready. But it's supposed to be one train at 9:11, and I didn't hear it.
Well, I'll tell you,
next one is supposed to be.
In America, that's a bad number. So, you know.
Well, next train is supposed to be 9:39.
Well, we'll have to see. Unless we're busy talking to one of our many callers who frequent our lines and airways, you know, it's a possibility, either on the phone or in the chat room.
What I'll try to do is to make it a little more interesting. I will just, I think I'll just turn off my microphone so nobody hears it, and for that minute or two, you can host the show on your own.
Well, though that has.
Wait a second! Here comes a train now.
It has.
Late
I must tell
today.
you. All right, Felix. I must tell you, folks, that has never scared me. Those of you who are regulars know that you can't possibly shut me up. I always have something to say. Usually it's meaningful. Might not be exactly to your liking, but that's the way we do things here on the Coffee Club. You know, I am extremely liberal, extremely progressive, card-carrying member of the ACLU, New York liberal, Jewish. I think I've just about filled all the whole bill.
About
you know?
You?
Yeah, short, bald, and pleasantly plump. And in the last few years, I actually shrunk 3 inches.
And the Long Island Railroad actually arrived 7 minutes late today. When it was the first time I tried to.
Now that's amazing.
Work it out.
When you hear people who ride the railroad, they're always telling you about delays and getting into work late. I've never found that to be.
The railroad usually, I can pretty much, I know what time it is, but the railroad, I know when the 8:20 passes, that's when I leave to work because I have 15 minutes to go across the tracks. Otherwise, I get stuck for about 10 minutes.
That's very true, because what happens is you get a train one way, and then before it lifts, you get a train going the other way, so you are stuck, you know.
You know, I don't know if Mr. Don or anybody Dr. Don is listening, but I want to play something for you, Mark, and I want you to listen to it carefully.
Okay.
This is, what's the name of that guy that leads the Russian people?
Putin.
Vladimir Putin. Well, this is his take on religion and what he thinks is, how it relates to what he does. It's quite interesting, a little scary.
Okay.
The religion of Vladimir Putin is based on the idea of Orthodox Christian civilization. Christ is present and pleased when men seek to build the kingdom of God on earth. This is according to the Orthodox tradition of symphony of church and state, where the church is the soul and the state is the body. The church prepares men for heaven, while the state preserves the culture as transformed by the church. It's a partnership building a strong Russian nation.
Также важно, что на новом уровне развиваются государственно-церковные отношения. Мы выступаем как подлинные партнеры и как соработники в решении самых актуальных внутренних, да и международных задач. В развитии совместных начинаний на благо нашего Отечества и нашего народа. Россия столетиями строилась, крепла как многонациональное и многоконфессиональное государство.
As head of the nation's body, Putin is known by his people as a key member of the Russian Orthodox Church. Only a born-again type would say, a man inside a church doesn't make him a Christian any more than a man inside a garage makes him a car. But Orthodoxy teaches that if one is not a member inside the church, then he's not connected to the church's head, the Lord Jesus Christ. After a phone call with Putin on the Ukraine crisis, the Jewish press reported that Merkel said that Putin was in another world, out of touch with reality. That's not what she said. What she said was, Putin has a completely different view of the world. Indeed, he does.
В эти дни Русская Православная Церковь, весь православный мир отмечают 1025-летие крещения Руси. И позвольте мне в начале нашей встречи принятие христианства предопределило судьбу и цивилизационный выбор России. Православие стало духовной опорой, связало крепкими родственными узами Россию, Украину и Беларусь.
The West, though, has lost its vigor. It's now the haunt of Jewry, which has devastated its culture with depravity. It's at the end of history, a ghost of old forms bereft of the soul it once possessed. It's swept clean, and 7 demons have entered in its place. This is not the case with Russia. After 70 years of Jewish Bolshevik oppression, Russia is pulsing in the womb of rebirth and renewal, where Orthodox churches with its golden domes and sky-blue cupolas, Christian schools, and holy monasteries are sprouting throughout its cities and dotting its countrysides. God and the devil are at war, said Dostoevsky, and the battlefield is the heart of man. Putin has drawn the battle lines. He rebuked the West for its deviant sexual mores and sick spirituality.
Сегодня во многих странах пересматриваются нормы морали и нравственности. Стираются национальные традиции и различия наций и культур. От общества теперь требует не только здравого признания права каждого на свободу совести, политических взглядов и частной жизни, но и обязательного признания равноценности, как это не покажется странным, добра и зла, противоположных по смыслу понятий.
But Obama, with Jewish children at his side selling sodomy, extols homosexuals for charting a course for a sick new world.
Third, we ask the President for his support of gay marriage, because we have...
We're almost done.
Because we have 2 moms and they are just as good as other parents.
Welcome, all of you, to the White House for Pride Month. We've got some outstanding members of Congress here, including a record number from the Congressional Equality Caucus. Major General Patricia Rose and her wife, retired Lieutenant Julie Roth, are here. We've got Fred Hochberg and Elaine Kaplan, 2 outstanding members of my team who are here. I want to congratulate Nitza Quiñones Alejandro, who just a few hours ago was confirmed by the Senate, making her the first openly gay Hispanic federal judge in our country's history.
Ukraine has a choice to make. Either come under the thumb of the decadent Jewish West, or save its soul with the Christian East of Holy Russia. There is a war. It's a battle for the hearts of men.
What'd you think of
Felix.
that, Mark?
Well, let me tell you, why should I be surprised that he blames everything on the liberal Jews? You know, the liberal Jews of the West. You know, the man is a devil. He truly is. And the sad thing, you know, his people like him. He's more popular, unfortunately, than President Obama.
Well, there's a reason. He's, no matter what, the people were worse off before he came. And that's the whole thing. He's made life better for them, as on the whole.
Well,
and
you know,
though
he took over after the Russian Empire was dissolved into various little countries, and he's using the propaganda of Adolf Hitler, you know, to spread anti-Semitism and blaming everything on Jews in the hopes of toppling those countries and re-annexing them to Russia, Mother Russia.
Well, you know,
but,
again, I don't know if... Yeah, go ahead.
No. I mean, I know that, you know, in the blurb that we always put out, it says that we're going to be discussing, as usual, politics, religion, etc., you know, but wherever possible, I would like to try to stick to the topic at hand because I understand, you know, I'll tell more about my tale of woe, but I understand your son, who recently, about 4 weeks ago, came back from visiting a cousin in Virginia. A very similar thing happened to him. His flight was bumped. You have any details on that?
He doesn't tell me anything, but I believe his flight was actually had a mechanical, and he had to stay overnight and take a flight the next morning. We just have somebody else to join the chat room, but nobody's chatting. I don't understand it. Unfortunately...
Yeah, it says we have two guests besides myself, but I think they're just listening.
I'm not quite sure.
Well, that's okay. It makes our numbers look good, if nothing else. You know, but
anybody in the chat room, if you want to ask us a question, go ahead. You can do that also. It's
we
quite
don't even
fine.
guarantee an answer, but you can certainly ask. That's your prerogative.
Oh, and we definitely not going to guarantee you that we're going to give you an answer that you like.
It's their First Amendment right. They have the right to ask a question. We, of course, have the same right not to answer, you know.
But, you know, we will.
We all. That's because you and I always have something to say about just about anything.
Or anybody.
Now, that's true. Or each other.
That's true. You know, what I started telling you before was that we're really not allowed to play any music that we are all familiar with, copyrighted music, basically, because we are basically a talk show, and it's just not permitted against the law. But I've run into quite a few songs they're not bad. They're not copyrighted. The one that you heard with the Road Street Blues, as I said, was something different. You don't hear that every day. And when the next train comes, I'm going to have another song for you guys to listen to.
Well, actually,
and see what you think of it again.
We could play... up to 30 seconds or something of a song? Isn't that correct?
Yeah, of any song, but we can. Except I really don't have anything. I don't have anything loaded.
But I mean, we certainly can remind everyone that we started out originally as the Coffee Club Party, wanting people to get involved and telling them that their one vote does make a difference. And
that's true.
If you recall, a certain song that says, "The people have the power."
Yeah, I do. People do have the power. We don't have the power, though. But again,
not over more than 30 seconds, anyway.
Yeah, and it's not that simple. this program that we're using doesn't really allow you to just start in the middle of a song or anything like that. And so when you do that, you got to lead up and give me at least a minute before you can hear the song.
And unfortunately, that's usually a minute of wasted time because you don't get to the meat of the song until about 60 to 65 seconds.
That's why I said you have to give me at least a minute.
That's what I said. I know.
For it to play.
I'm agreeing with you.
People have the power. People have the power. People have the power. Became pathetic and bending low as if to hear.
That, of
That's
course,
the song,
for our listeners, is Patti Smith with her big hit, People Have the Power.
And we do have the power to make the change, but we all have to get involved, and we
One
have to
person,
make the
one
change.
vote. And
10
if
people,
you don't
10
vote,
votes.
well, the problem is that if people don't vote, they're just helping the Republican Party, who want everyone to show photo ID. There's going to come a time, Felix, when you and I aren't driving anymore and we don't have licenses. We're not going to have too much with our picture on it, with the government stamp, unless we're ex-convicts and our picture is hanging in the post office.
No, I heard that, if it's true or not, the Republicans are proposing to make it very easy for people who are not capable of getting their photo ID. They said the legislature calls for somebody to visit them in the house and give them the ID.
Well, that certainly would work.
Except, what if they're homeless?
Well, then they'll have to visit their cardboard box, won't they?
Yeah, well, basically that's what they're proposing. That's how that's their argument against what you're saying. Is their legislature calls for personal visits to the people's home if they're not capable of going to get the pictures.
Oh, by the way, when you talk about people not having the ability to get out or whatever, I must give a shout out to Ann Weingast, my friend's mother. She turned 101 today.
Ooh.
Down in Florida. 101.
That's great.
Amazing. I wonder
listen,
if what?
Yeah, let me just grab this call. You're live on the Coffee Club. Can you hear me?
I have no coffee, guys, but I love to talk.
That's all right. I'm drinking.
I don't have coffee either. I just finished the last of my coffee. I'm going to have to scrounge around.
I'm drinking a cup of tea.
What is your topic tonight?
Happy birthday, Dan.
Well, thank you. But,
that's the topic.
I'd rather talk about
if anybody hasn't heard, it was Dan's birthday on Monday.
It was? Oh, happy birthday, Dan.
Well, thank you very much.
The big 4-0, huh?
No, well, 4-1, actually.
4-1. Okay.
4-1.
Well, what's your? I just called in late. What's your? I see you having travel problems in the air.
Basically, that's it. I recently went away for about 4 days. Came back. The flight going to my destination was fine. I had a layover in Philadelphia. Everything left on time. It was perfect. However, the flight back, I had to make a connection at Reagan National Airport, International, and I noticed on the big board, it said that my connecting flight was a little delayed. So I said, okay, and went to get some dinner. Of course, it was later at night. It was after 10, so there wasn't much of a selection, and as I said to Felix, they charge you through the nose because they know you can't go anywhere. So the food it's edible at best, passable at best. What could I tell you? And the nerve that Dunkin' Donuts was closed, so I couldn't even get a decent cup of coffee, But, we're sitting there, and all the other flights, people are making their connections, and our flight still says TBA, to be announced, and
right.
It hit midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, finally the plane shows up,
How many times do you have patted down?
Well, that would have at least made the program, stay interesting. Actually, I was never patted down. I don't have that kind of face, I guess, nobody's interested in my equipment. What could I tell you? So, and that's okay with me. So, but I tell you, I always wind up dropping things on the floor, emptying your pockets, making sure everything is out of your pockets, and then gathering everything back together and putting on your shoes and putting stuff back in your pockets, and then you forget where you put things from the first time, But I tell you, there's Felix posted a picture of a guy sleeping on a couple of chairs. I tell you,
yeah, I think I saw that picture.
If they didn't have armrests, I could have done the same thing, in all honesty. And I was really tired. Plus, I have to tell you, my restless leg was really getting restless. And that final leg from Reagan to Islip was very tiring for me and very difficult. And I was telling Felix that, to add insult to injury, they didn't even have a bottled water to give out. No soda, no bottled water. No coffee, and let me tell you, I'm really upset because the only coffee they serve you now is instant coffee. You can't even get a cup of coffee. It's
really?
Disgusting. No, it's disgusting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's got to be something new.
Well,
always hot topics to talk about, but
we could go back to the old standards. I know you like the old standards.
Which means?
Well, we were talking about Putin before. You may want
Putin, and Putin. And that, I tell you something. As a matter of fact, I just it goes back to my original topic, is just incarceration, how they treat people. I was just talking to a Russian woman who despises Putin and what he's doing. She was a Russian lady, helped me out, and she hates him. Everyone hates him in their country, in their tongue. They hate him.
Really?
In Russia?
Yeah.
No. No, in Russia they love him.
No. She was. Unfortunately, I got my teeth cleaned today, and this is a Russian lady, and I knew her right away from her accent. And she hates him.
She's probably a Russian Jew.
I don't know what she was. Don't know, but she didn't.
No, I'm just thinking because.
But I was calling in just because of incarceration. Like what just happened to the guy who, death penalty, who they didn't kill him right away.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that is absolutely horrible.
Well, did you actually hear the crime that was committed? They read it over the news.
Tell me, enlighten me.
He and a couple of friends gang raped this teenage woman. She was about 19. Okay, and then they threw her in a hole. They dug a ditch, and they buried her alive.
Who's this?
The guy who, was supposed to be executed in Oklahoma.
Oh, nice guy, huh?
Yeah, you hear stories like that, and you say, execution is too good for him. But the bottom line is, I'm against the death penalty. I don't think it's a deterrent. I don't think it really makes a difference one way or the other.
Well, Dr. Mark, that was my question to you. Do you really believe in the death penalty? It's hard because I feel like an eye for an eye, but
there
guys are going to death penalty don't belong there.
Dan, there are other ways to get around that. You could take a guy like that and you put him in the general population. Okay, you don't keep him incarcerated and locked up for 23 hours a day and give him 1 hour outside. Let him mingle in the general population and let him get his ass beat every single day if he's serving 50 years to life. Okay?
Dr. Mark, that's why I kind of want to stop you here because I've been, it feels to tell you a few times, incarcerated. And you know what? These guys get nuts because they make you nuts.
Well, you know what it is? Prison is not a place to. It's not a place where you learn anything meaningful. Okay, unless you're really planning a life of crime. All right, and then you could listen to, the hardcore convicts. Okay, and you learn to how to do certain things better. 12 different ways to kill someone. I mean, really.
Oh, Mark, look, I don't know if Felix told you about me, but I've been away a few times, and and every time I went, I got stronger, and I just learned how, the last time I went, I mean, you don't have to know details, but the blacks are right. I get better treatment. Because I'm white. And,
the whites get a better treatment.
Yeah, the whites get a better treatment. I just asked for a water or soda, and I got it. I just asked for it, and I got it from the prison guards. And, the black guys would ask for the same thing. I need water, I'm thirsty in the bathroom. They said no. So, in incarceration, they treat you so unfairly in jail.
Well, I think you should also clarify and say that, in prison, not just jail, but in prison, many of the, not probation officers, the prison guards, many of them are minorities. Okay,
No. Mark, they're all white.
Are they really?
Yes. The prison guards are all white.
But this was not in prison. This was in the local jail, right?
I'm talking about both. When I went to 113th, the cell over there, the precinct was all white. I went there, but they locked up all the blacks. When I went to Nassau County, it was all the prison guards were all white. But they're handling all the blacks and Spanish, all the gangs. So I had to make friends fast. So. But I did feel like a special treatment. So, it's what goes on behind the bars. I tell you something. It should be on the news. They should talk about it because it's not fair. It's not fair. I saw the injustice. The cell doors opened up for me because I was white, and they closed the doors for blacks when I went back in. Because no fights were going to happen. So I saw it. My own eyes.
I understand what you...
But,
it is
woman,
jail,
Right, but jail, but you got to treat someone with dignity and respect. Black or white or Spanish. Treat them with respect. I would treat respect because of the color of my skin. And I can tell you firsthand, it wasn't. I was scared. I was shitting in my pants because I knew I'm in trouble here. I was outnumbered. I mean, way outnumbered. I'm talking 20-1, black and white. I was you know, even in Queens, went to jail recently, and you know, it wasn't. I saw what they're talking about. I mean, a lot of friends there, and they treat the white guys different than the black guys, and there's two different things. If I ask for a request in the bathroom, or a request for water, or a request for something, I got it. They didn't. So, I mean, I don't want to go off your topic train tonight, but you know, I went, unfortunately, to jail too many times. But I see the inequalities. I mean, Spanish guys are upset, and black guys are upset. They're very upset with this, and I see why.
You should get yourself on Al Sharpton's program, you know, so you can talk about that.
But
I will say one thing today. Okay, personally, I don't like the man.
No, me neither.
But
me neither.
You know, he ended his show with Kevin Durant, who was recently named MVP in the NBA, and Kevin Durant made a very moving speech honoring his mother, who was a single parent of two sons, okay, and he was very humble, and he said he knows that, you know, many nights she went to sleep hungry to make sure that her sons had what to eat, that by working very hard she put clothes on their back, you know, and it wasn't until at a certain age that they actually had an apartment that they could call their own. You know, just they were busy moving from one place to another or one shelter to another, you know, and how that first night that they were there, they just hugged each other because they couldn't believe it, you know. And he said, you know, the true MVP, he said, is really my mom. You know, and it happened to be a very moving tribute to her. As I'm sure there are, you know, many parents, many people can point to. Of course, Sharpton had to ruin it by saying that this is the third Mother's Day without his mother, and she was a single parent, and she raised him. I don't know if I would brag about that, but
no, I wouldn't either. But yeah, look, guys, I'm just gonna tell you my experiences. You know, I'm not proud of it, but you know, being behind bars. But you know, they're making them stronger. These guys are banding together. They're staying strong together. You know, they don't care what is happening to them. We're allowing it. They get their food stamps. They get them. They're getting the food stamps. They're banding together. You know, I tell you, I was the only white guy in there basically, but these guys are organized. They're banding together.
Well,
who he's talking about?
Strength
the prisoners, strength in numbers. You know, I mean,
it was weird to say, guys. That was, you know, I was a minority. I mean,
it's very difficult when you go away. When you go away, you're going away to prison, to not become affiliated with some organization, because otherwise, everybody jumps your ass. You have nobody protecting you. You know?
Oh, I know. That's why, you know, you go in there, you gotta make friends. Mark, you gotta make friends fast, because I did. I bonded, believe it or not, I bonded with 3 black guys, and we all became kind of like a little family, but I did it because I had to. You gotta be friends. And we stuck together, and, you know, they hated me, but we still stuck together. So I just saw how they operate. They hate the system.
And the system has made them what they are, really, unfortunately.
Right, and the system, right, exactly. Dr. Mark is exactly right.
The system perpetuates, you know, what goes on. It doesn't look to improve anybody's situation. You know, prison is not a place. Very rarely is prison a place where you learn the right thing to do. You know, it's just a matter of survival. It becomes survival of the fittest.
Right, it becomes the survival game. I'm sure it's a show on that one, but survival game. It's about Get someone's ass. You gotta stick to your friends and make friends quickly, like I had to do. And it's survival. It's right, survival. And that's the most basic thing in life, survival. You gotta learn how to.
That's true.
But
then
like
again, you also have to learn how to stay out of jail, Dan.
Oh well, I didn't hear that one, Felix.
Well, but at least you got to say he doesn't make it a habit. It happens, but on rare occasion.
Oh yeah, the rare occasions are coming closer and closer. but you know what I mean. It's just the jail is just. I'm trying to point to the jail is not. I think it's wrong what they're doing. It just they don't. At least I'm educated. I don't put them. I every time I go to sleep at night, Mark, I feel for these guys that are in there. The friends that I made, I feel bad for them. They're not educated and they have no money to get out of the jam, which is all about money.
Well, that's the whole thing,
They can't get out. I mean, some guys are in there for like $500. They have no money for it. They can't get out because they have no money. So they're stuck in the system. So a lot of guys in there $500, $1,000. So they couldn't post bail. Their mothers.
I know, but what do these guys do?
Stupid stuff. I can tell you 100. You feel like you better extend your program. Dumb stuff. Whether it's smoking pot in the car, whether it's there were some hardcore people in there who were stabbing people and killing people with guns and whatnot. But I made friends with them all. But some are just dumb stuff. Some guy just when I came out of jail, Felix. Some guys I talked to when they just were, guys smoking pot in his car. His father's 1966 Camaro, 59 Camaro.
Well, I have
for smoking pot. He went away for a year in jail for a year.
Well, I have to tell Dan. I have to tell you, my son is out of the 8-3 in Bushwick, okay, and one of the collars that he got, originally he was stopping a guy for sort of cruising through a red light, and I think one of his headlights was out. So he was just doing a routine, stop. And, you have to ask the guy, is there anything that you have on you that you would like to tell me about? Because, I do have the right to search a car, blah, blah, blah. So the guy said, no, that's all right. You could search the car. And he didn't realize that he had like a nickel bag of marijuana.
Yeah, I know. But you got screwed over for that one.
Well, whether it was in the glove compartment or whatever, so, and the guy was really, my son said, he was a decent guy, it was just something he forgot about completely. But now it changes from a misdemeanor and they got to write him up. And put him in a holding cell, know?
Yeah, I guess the point of this conversation is I'm telling you, just firsthand, you're talking to your caller here. What goes behind bars really is not just. It's not. The system should come up with a way to separate the misdemeanors to the felonies, to the drug acts, to the murderers, and I was with all of them. So, I'm with murderers. I'm like, wait a minute.
If you heard anything that Obama said over the last, I would say about 10 days, he did say that, obviously, prison population is really getting out of hand, okay? Prisons, some prisons are made to hold 3,000 people, and they have 5,000 people. You have... It's almost like a college dorm, which is made for 2 beds, and what they do is they put 2 bunk beds in there, and now you have 4 people in there. Okay.
Dr. Mark, please. I was in the cell just recently, unfortunately to say. And look, I'm a nice guy too, but I was in the cell with about 15 people, 1 toilet in the cell, and they got 2 benches. Where's everyone going to go?
And then you say to yourself, you can almost understand why somebody would say, all I want is a little space that's mine.
Right.
Because there isn't any.
Right. These guys, I hate to say black asparagus, these guys are pissed. They're and they're going, sending them in jail is not doing anything. It's not helping them out at all. And they're pissed.
And even when they go away to prison, you say to yourself, are there any meaningful classes that they take? No.
The classes are more of crime. The classes are.
I know that certain parties who shall go unnamed, i.e. Republicans, showed pictures of one of the newest prisons in Chicago, okay? And you would think that you were looking at a college dorm, okay? One cot to a room, a desk, all right? The usual toilet seat, but I mean only one person in a room, a gym that could rival LA Fitness, okay, with weights and everything else, basketball courts, tennis courts, and this was a prison.
It just, look, Mark, I'm only telling from experience. I feel for them. Not fear for them. I feel for them. The black and Spanish. These guys, man. Some of them are nice guys. Hard on times. Maybe they didn't pay something, or some did bad things, stabbings. I mean, one thing I learned from prisons I've been to. Everyone's innocent in there. But,
Dan, some of them could be in there. Just because the judge served the bench warrant. Let's say they release them, they pay the bail, and they release them on their own recognizance, and they're told you have to appear in court, let's say December 5th, okay? And December 5th comes, and the ADA is there, ready to, start the case, and the prisoner doesn't show up. So the judge has to issue a bench warrant to have him arrested, and the first thing they do is throw him back into jail.
Right. So, but they don't.
Well, he should have been. He should have been there.
But you know what? At least, Mark. At least I have the funds. Hate to say it that way. The funds to get myself out of a problem. These guys don't. And every time I go to bed, I feel bad for these guys. Some are just good guys. They're just because of the color of skin, and they're getting persecuted over it. And I can't. It is hard. They give me phone numbers.
Dan.
They give me phone numbers to write on my hand before I get out, and call me, call my wife, call my girlfriend, call so and so, get me out.
Hey Dan, I got news for you. You could probably make a living as a guest on all of these talk shows. I'm being serious.
My father wanted me to talk. Dr. Don. He wants to, he with UU Church, and they had a segment on this topic of injustice in the jails. They wanted me to guest talker about how bad it is, and I didn't do it, but they do it once a month. They go in the church and they have their seminars, whatever, and they want to talk to people like me who really went to the mill. And I wonder. It was really hard. It was disgusting. I never witnessed anything so bad. I was pretty much born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I see these poor people going through hell because they have no money. Dan,
I told you before, you're not supposed to walk around Grand Central naked. You're going to get arrested every time.
Felix, I told you that only one time. But these guys are just the normal guys. Some do dumb things, but they be treated. All I can tell you is, Mark, is you get treated like this. It's like, what the hell is going on? Behind bars, I'm like, why am I behind bars for? With 15 guys, and one toilet. We all have to share one toilet. I mean, the worst was when I went away. Sorry for bringing up. Oh no. Oh, Felix, you didn't do that, did you? Felix, that was terrible.
One toilet.
But one time, the worst was...
Yeah, one toilet.
The worst was being consolidated confinement. That was the worst thing ever in my life. Talk about a mind twist.
Well,
but don't do it to somebody. You can't see light. You can't go out. You have an egg breakfast and plain bran cornflakes, and you can't see light of day. For only 2 hours a day, you have to walk, not outside, walk inside the cell. I mean, you're playing with someone's head.
Well, I think that's already been ruled, depending upon how often it happens, cruel and inhuman punishment.
It is. It is. You don't do it to somebody, especially.
What's that? Wait. What's that noise all the time that I hear?
Felix?
I keep hearing a noise.
No, nothing here on my end.
What kind of noise?
Nothing on my end.
Like breathing, heavy breathing.
That's Felix. That's Felix. Not me.
You can hear breathing, but do you hear it, Dan?
I hear it.
You do?
Yep.
It must be me snoring.
But going to the court systems, Dr. Mark, is that they should somehow, if they can, at least segregate the people as far as who's a hardcore criminal, who's a murderer.
Well, usually they do.
They don't.
Wait, Dan, you were in common lockup, okay, in a regular precinct. You weren't.
Wait a minute. You don't know how many times I've been in jail. You don't put people like me, white collar crime, blue collar crime. Don't put a murderer with somebody who stole money from whatever, from the IRS or something. You don't put them together. It doesn't match. It doesn't work.
No. What I'm saying is, when you're finally sentenced, okay, I think it's there that the separation is made. Certain people go to minimum security prisons, and other people go to maximum security prisons.
No. They put them all together, and they sort through towards the end, but it's like kind of too late. you put me with someone who stabbed someone yesterday, and this is what happened to me. Oh, I just stabbed my girlfriend's boyfriend.
But you were not you were in a lockup, not in a prison.
No, I was. Well, there was two things. I locked up too many times, but one was right. The last one was horrible. I mean, I missed with everybody. It's bad. They sort through it, but at the same time, the day goes by, 2 days go by. You're sitting with the murderer. Meanwhile, I didn't hurt anybody. You know me, Felix. I couldn't hurt anybody. But you shove me in the room with these guys, and I it takes days. You feel like I told you, go through it. You see how you feel. You're sitting there, maybe you screwed over the IRS or you whatever, something stupid, and you throw in jail with a murderer. It's not funny. These guys, you got to make friends fast. The whites go with the whites. It's just so funny how nature is, because the whites go with the whites, Italians go with the Italians, the Jewish go with the Jews, and the blacks stay with the blacks, and it's just funny how nature works.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not just in prison that happens. I remember. Now, I hardly ever went down to the teacher's cafeteria. Okay, I usually ate with a bunch of friends, and every day we'd be in another person's room, depending upon who had a free room at the time. Because but when I did go to the cafeteria, it's the blacks had their table, a couple of tables. The whites had their tables. And that's how it was. I mean, by now you know me. I mean, I was so crazy. I used to go down to the cafeteria.
Time out for a second. You got a lot of background noise.
I have no idea what that is. It's not coming from me.
Not me. I'm in a dead room here. Nothing here.
Oh boy, the Rangers are going to go down again.
Oh, the Rangers are going down? Oh boy.
4-2.
Is it quiet now?
Now it's quiet. I
don't know what you were doing there, Felix.
You had to listen to the Rangers. That's why it got so noisy.
4-2.
Wow.
Very bad. Very bad.
The race thing doesn't, as well as all the news of race stuff, and it's so sad because you know what, you put like when I was incarcerated, it's not there. It's just that you're friends. You're friends. You're not. It's not about black, white, or Spanish. You're friends with somebody. A good person's a good person. But somehow society put.
Is that the train?
That's a loud
That's
train.
the Long Island Railroad.
Yeah.
Boy,
you guys watch the presidential dinner, the correspondence?
I didn't even know it was on. I missed it, and I'm so upset.
You gotta watch. Just Google it. It was amazing how funny it was. How they went so deep rooted. That correspondence dinner, and I couldn't just going back to race and jail stuff, but it was amazing how funny it was. I mean, I couldn't believe how raunchy they got. It was bad. A bit funny, but it was bad.
I'll tell you, Obama does very well, goofing on himself.
He did very well. He took a lot of punches.
Yes. He did.
I kind of like that. The approval ratings probably got better because he really bounced back from what, with all the critics, with that guy, what's his name, the actor who was up stage. Man, he slammed him so good. But Obama just kind of laughed it off.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no, he's really. But it's just funny how you can be so. It goes to race too. I mean, there's a lot of black-white things going on too, and all that stuff, and but they'll laugh it off. It's not further from the truth from even being in jail or incarcerated. They just laugh it off. But somehow, somehow as Americans, we can laugh off Obamacare, and he made fun of himself over how a disaster it was. No, I love Obama now.
You have Obamacare. How could you not?
Yeah. So I love Obama now. I was a bad critic of him, but you know what? I went today and I got my teeth cleaned and X-rays, all free. I didn't even have to do a co-payment.
Wow.
Nothing. But you look at the other way, Mark and Felix. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I paid a lot of money to this system. For growing up and working hard, and but I went to the dentist today. My teeth, they cleaned, and the X-rays. I paid $0. Zero.
You see that? All you're complaining about Obamacare, and now you could go on all those talk shows again, only this time you can talk about the benefits of Obamacare.
Right. Well, I'm very confused. I really am confused. I mean, I was always taught to work hard and pay hard and play hard and everything else, but now I'm kicking back, relaxing, and you know what? Hey, look, I get free health insurance. This is great. I love Obama. where do I vote on the next poll for him for the third term?
That's great.
It's a funny feeling, really funny. There's free health care. I don't understand it. I couldn't even. Mark, the problem with the system is that I couldn't even pay for it. If I even tried to pay for my health insurance, I used to. It's like $1,300 a month or whatever it was, $200 a month. I couldn't get this treatment. I couldn't get this treatment for free. I got better treatment. It's incredible.
Well, this is what
I went for a thyroid scan, and there was a woman who went up to the desk before me, and evidently she was politely complaining because she said, I never had to write a check before for a copay, so right away what pops into my head? My friend Eddie and my friend Felix saying, that's because of Obamacare,
Right. I don't know. The satire of it all, I don't know. Obviously I saw that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I can work my ass off and pay into it. I get shitty service. Now, I really don't work anymore. Phyllis will tell you that. And now I get look at all the service I get.
Well, Dan, if I were you, next time, what? Next time.
Don't have a fight.
No, that was my wife. Next time I would show up with Leroy, and Rufus. You know,
but
6'3" and 350 pounds apiece. You know, and those are your guardian angels.
It's a stupid system, though. I mean, look, I'm enjoying it now,
well, you know you're enjoying it, but my point is that it's still not a good system. I agree with social medicine that everybody should have it, but this is not the way it's working right now.
No, it's not.
The problem's still the same. A lot of people don't have it.
Right,
they still don't have insurance.
I know. Felix,
and that's the problem with it.
I worked my whole life. I didn't get the benefits I have now, and now I'm not. You know, as you know, I'm not working really too much anymore, and you know, I got better benefits. Not working. So what are you teaching people? You know, they're teaching the blacks and the Spanish and they get in trouble in jail. Take abuse of the system. Now, when I was going to Paddy Wagon, unfortunately, just recently, one of the black guys said, "I'm not going." Like, what do you mean? He did a panic attack. Or I can't go. I've been in the hospital. You know what? The cops brought him to the hospital. I didn't see him again.
Well, you know,
Felix
knows all about panic attacks.
Yes.
I never see him do one though before, but
he's an expert.
So this black guy really, I'm honest to God, the black guy he right next to me, sitting right near the paddy wagon, and all cuffed together, and he goes, he looked at me and he goes, "I'm not going." I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Watch this." He just told the cops, "Look, I need my medication. I need my shots in the hospital." You know what the cops did? Okay. So he dropped off for central processing in the city, and he went to the hospital.
Well, because that's the one thing that they can't mess with.
Yeah, you can't.
You know?
He said he needed a shot for his diabetes, was it? I need my shot. So he goes, "I'm not going." He told me, "I'm not going to jail." That's a processing. He goes, "I'm going to go get a." I go, "Watch this." And he did it. And you know what? I didn't see him again, ever again. He goes, they would take him to the hospital. They called up. The cops called up the central station, whatever, to the guy who needed medical assistance, and they dropped us off. And they processed him in jail, and he got the walk. He went to the hospital.
Well, either that or they're going to find him in the East River in a couple of days.
Nah, I don't think so. But I know what you're saying, Felix. But no, he played the game. Go to the hospital.
Well, Mark, we're talking about my opposition to Obamacare. I'm going to go with Dan over here is currently unemployed, and he has no real income, and he's paying nothing. My wife has no income. She suffers from cancer, and she pays about $400 a month.
I guess
where's the equity in this?
But
there's no equity in this plan.
No.
The equity is that she's married to you.
Well, she married
it ain't worth it.
Yeah,
no, not at all.
But
that's not the reason.
The system, I guess, is supposed to be good, but like me, why bother even trying to get accountant there? Why bother? I make more money now than I was before. I could sit back, relax, and get health insurance. I used to pay $1,300 a month, Felix. $1,300 a month I used to pay for a family plan. Now, nothing. What's the encouragement to do better? I don't.
One thing is, your medical plan is not going to pay for your housing.
I know, but I paid my dues. I mean, although you know what, I hate to say names, but people you and I know learn the system. Just don't do anything, and you get paid for it. I paid my dues already into the system. So did you. I'm sure Dr. Mark did. So did my father. Paid the money to pay it in. Now it's the government's just telling you, kick back, relax, and collect your money. But meanwhile, the middle class and the rich are paying for these things. I don't. It's just weird.
You have to understand, when we were working full time, okay, long before retirement, we were paying for somebody else who was retired. So, everybody gets their turn.
Right, that was the point of the system. That's like the same thing as school tax. Parents pay for their kids to go to school, but now these people are retired, like my parents are a very good example of it. Okay, we paid into the system, but now they're leaving. So now they went to Ohio, and they're like, we paid our school tax already, but they didn't realize they're paying into a system that now they themselves as kids to go to school.
Yeah.
So they don't. It's the same thing as Obamacare. They expected young to pay into this thing, but it just. I don't want to say I'm retired, but at the same time, wow, this is great. I get free health care, or it's weird. Why do they pay those? I don't know how to explain it to you. I mean, I pay $6 a month for how many years? It's a health care.
Well,
and now they're telling me don't pay anymore. It's free. Who's paying for it?
Felix.
Felix is. Thank you.
Yes.
Felix.
Yes, that's me.
I know, but this is why Obamacare does not work. They're trying to socialize us, and I don't think America is ready for it. I just think it was laid out wrong. How it was done, I can't complain. I got free. I had my teeth cleaned today. I'm going for more appointments.
Felix had the best idea from Canada. The more I think about it, that VAT tax, that everybody pays an extra 10% or whatever it is. If you spend $1,000, you tax $100.
Wait. That's my idea. That was Canada's idea. That
wasn't Felix?
I've been to Canada twice, and that's what they do. When you go to dinner and you order something, whatever it is, $1,200 for you over dinner, they have 3 separate taxes. The health care tax, the alcohol tax, the food tax. I think there's another tax. I mean, 4 taxes. So now, if you're just a slum, order $100 meal, it goes percentage. Now, if you're a rich guy, it goes in there, $1,000 dinner. It goes higher. So they tax you a little more. But in the end, everyone's covered.
Yeah.
But Obama didn't do that. He kind of messed it up a little bit.
Well, he couldn't do it because they wouldn't allow it in our government right now.
Right.
We're not ready. We're not ready for that yet.
Yeah, right. We're not ready for socialism. We're not, and that's the problem he's having. I do like his ideas, but if I were to do it, if I was the president of the United States, which I'm not, but I would have just done what Canada does. Just okay, your $100 dinner, $50 dinner. Okay, you're only going to tax a small amount because you're not rich. $1,000 dinner you just had. Okay, we're taxing a little more. That's to me that's the way to go. But that's my thoughts.
But even if you're just the same percentage, if you're buying $1,000 dinner, you're paying $100 in taxes.
Taxes, right? If you're
buying
$10, right?
Yeah, so it's.
You're right. No,
so it's
exactly
just.
Right, exactly right. I think that's what America is. If we're going to do socialism, socialize our state, our country, right? $100, you pay $10 extra in taxes. $1,000, you pay $100 in taxes. I mean, just keep it simple.
I mean, why does it make it socialistic? I think it's a fairer tax.
That's because the government's controlling us. They're telling us what to do.
But they're controlling us with the IRS.
Well, I know. I deal with IRS.
What's the difference? What's the difference? You pay taxes either way.
It's just a matter of that everyone. It feels the problem is everyone doesn't like to feel the same. No one likes to feel the same. The rich feel like they have everything over you. They don't like the rich want to be associated with the poor. You're rich, you get special treatment. Now, being in a socialist state or country, everyone's the same. Everyone's the same doctors. Everyone like my insurance now. Healthcare Plus. We're all the same. They give one big fat book that was about 900 pages, and you're all the same. You just pick out a doctor, and that's it. You pick out a doctor you like in your neighborhood. That's it. That's socialization. That's socialism. They're just telling you what to do.
Well, is that Medicaid?
Yeah, they're just it's called United Healthcare Plus, which I'm on. So now they give me a 900 page. I'm not joking, 900 pages. And you just say, okay, I'm going to dental here. You just look up the doctors under the government plan, and you pick it, and that's it. To me, it worked out great. I paid zero, not even a co-payment, nothing.
Yeah.
I went there in a very nice outfit, very nice, beautiful facility, a nice commercial building. It was nice, and I paid nothing.
Where was the dentist? What town?
It was Lake Success. I tell you, I recommend going there, Felix. It is beautiful, right across from Lake Success Mall. I guess it's my park still considered. And it's beautiful. I mean, what the hell? I paid nothing. I mean, I was like, wow, this guy. I kind of my eye opened to this thing because I'm like, wow, I paid $13 a month. I still have to pay co-payments and everything else, as you know. This plan, nothing.
Hey, Felix, you know,
I got ripped off.
You could quit your job, take in boarders to live in your apartment as long as they pay cash, okay?
Yeah,
and it's
right.
not declarable, and you could go on Healthcare Plus too.
Right. You should do it. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't want to the best.
I'm almost there anyway with the salary I get.
But Felix, as I said, until I retired. I mean, my parents retired, and I feel retired too because I'm like, this is great. I can go to the dentist and pay nothing. As a matter of fact, I'm not dentist.
Well, okay, but you see, look, I agree with you, but you see, now you understand why Republicans and Tea Party people turn around and say, here's a perfect example of a 41-year-old able-bodied American who can work, hasn't found work, and, you know, I mean, you know, this is what they do.
Right. Well, I see Republicans fucked up all along. They really did the whole campaign. But that, you know, that's here nor there. But they did. And, you know, here I am. I worked my ass off, saved enough money, and, you know, my parents are going. And here I am. I went to the dentist today. The first time I used the plan. The first time. And I felt so awkward using the plan. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm an able body. I'm ready to work. I want to work. I want to continue working. But you know what? You're telling me to kick back, relax, and, you know, they're going to take over the show.
And then let's assume you get a job that pays you really $25,000, $30,000 a year, which is really nothing.
Nothing.
Okay? And they tell you that you have to pay $750 a month in insurance, in health insurance, you know, before you even pay mortgage or anything, you know, rent, and buy food, you know.
I feel bad for my wife because I'm a little different than her as far as me in that, look, I pay my dues. And not that I'm a rich guy, but, you know, they're making the system is making it so you just don't have to work anymore. It's so stupid. Why Mark, I never went to a doctor's appointment before or had to pay anything. I paid nothing. Not a down payment, not a co-payment, nothing. Nothing. And I was paying $1,300 a month, and I paid nothing today. And not to mention another appointment for my really cracked teeth Felix punched me on, but I'm just joking. But, you know.
All right, listen, I have a feeling that you're making our host very angry because you keep saying that it cost you nothing, and you just walked in there and you were treated like a prince, and Felix walks into the doctor and is treated like shit, and then he gets a bill,
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
You know what? What's funny?
Absolutely.
When I used to pay for this, just happened now to me, by the way, guys. This free health insurance. You know, I used to go in there too. I used to give the co-payment, whatever it was, $25, $2 co-payment. You know what they do with this money, the reception? They use that for the lunch money. When you give them the money for a co-payment, cash, $20, $5, they take it out of there and they get their lunch. The doctors and the nurses, they use that as a lunch money, and that's a fact. And they use that as a lunch money. And I'm not joking about that.
Well, but are you paying for the lunch to themselves?
Yeah. Well, you can take that to the press. I'm telling you, that's what they do.
Yeah, but you know what they do?
My ex-wife.
No, but then they turn around and they get Meals on Wheels.
Right. Yeah. Right. But no joke. My ex-wife used to work in medical field. Well, she still does, but I don't talk to her much. But she used to do that. They collect the money. I saw it firsthand. $20 co-payment, $25 co-payment, $50 co-payment. Have the cash and know what happens. Lunchtime comes, and they use that money to get them to feed themselves.
Well, Dan, they can do with it whatever they want. It's their money.
Well, who set the rules on that one? But I know what you're saying. But it's just weird. Today was a really weird day for me. You know, all my life working, paying $1,300. Felix, I don't know what your family plan was. I was paying almost $1,300 a month.
Well, Felix, here's what you have to do. Tomorrow you have to go to the doctor and demand to be treated like Dan.
Thanks, guys.
All right?
For free.
Tell him to send the bill to Dan.
Dan.
Exactly.
Look, I'm just doing the system as it's given to me. I don't,
Listen, I agree. I agree with you. You know.
I love working. I love working hard. I like making money, but damn, the system makes it so easy not to work. You know, look,
well,
I mean,
you see,
I have to bring race into this. Now,
well, is it any wonder why, when somebody is given the choice of a job in a fast food place making minimum wage $7.25 an hour, or staying home and collecting a check, all right, for the most part, the check is tax-free, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you take the $7.25 and multiply it by 40, you're making somewhere between $280 and maybe $300 with a little bit of overtime, you know?
Right.
And after taxes, you're losing about a good $80, I would say. Okay, 1/3 of $300 is $100. Yeah. So you're losing between $80 and $100. So
right. No, they don't take that much out.
Well,
when you're that low of a bracket.
Well, I think Mark's pretty much on the money on that one. You're right.
You know, so I'm being, you know, I'm not being conservative, you know, but the bottom line is you're left with $210. Multiply that by 4, you're left with about $840 to $850 a month. All right, that doesn't even cover your rent, let alone your medical insurance.
Let's go a little further with this thing, with Obamacare and with this what I just got, my free health benefits. Now, Section 8. Now, if the government is telling people not
I
to
knew
work.
a lot of people in the Army who wanted to get out on a Section 8.
So now, I know I'm not going to say names. I know some real close. $1,800 a month on allowable rent to live, a home. And food stamps, $400-some a month food stamps, and free health insurance. But that person has to work, make less than, like we said, I think it's $30,000, whatever it is. But now, this person gets $1,800. So now the government comes to make sure that that's where they're living. But who cares? I don't know if you, Mark. $800 a month, free rent, and you get $400, whatever it was. Some of them say $475 in food stamps. And I mean, really, just food stamps. They give you a credit card. You go to the grocery store a month, $400 something, and you get the free health care. What the hell's the incentive for them to work?
There isn't any.
I'm talking a white person too, white Italian person. What's the point of working? The more you work,
there you go.
Yeah, the more you work, the more they lose their benefits.
Really?
I'm for that crap, but I don't. You know, it's like weird. I always had to pay co-payments. I always had to pay $1,300 a month, and now it's like free, kick back, relax. You know, it's weird.
Well, that's what Republicans are saying. That's too easy.
It's too easy. It is. It's too easy. You know, the funny thing, Felix, is I don't want to retire. I don't want to stop working. But they make it so why? Felix, I can watch TV, pick my nose, and get free health insurance? I can get food stamps. Yeah. And I don't want that stuff, but, they make it so easy to do it. That's the problem with Republicans and Democrats. I'm too young to stop working, It's just that they make it so easy not to work. If I work, Felix, just say I make $40,000 a year. It's just something stupid. I lose everything.
Well, we used to say that when, I'll take teaching, for example. When a teacher works more than 37 years, let's say they start when they're about 22, 37 years puts you at around 59 or 60.
Right.
If you work more than that, you're working for Uncle Sam.
Right.
The extra money that you make is going right to the government, so you're better off retiring.
I know, right.
Sure.
It's so hard to, it's so hard to even talk on the phone because I just never experienced this before. The government, our I don't want to say Obamacare, but our government's just telling me don't work anymore. Don't. If I work, I'm gonna lose all these things. Why bother? And there's no more cash for the books jobs, so you and I feel like, no, there's no more of those things. But it's saying don't work. The more you make, the more you're gonna lose.
I'm telling you, Dan, you could go on the talk show circuit, and you can talk about prison inequality. You could talk about the fact that now that you are no longer gainfully employed, the government, you're getting a free ride on the government payroll. People are going to hate you, I mean, really.
But
that's what's going to happen.
But I'm playing the game. Like
and you know something? That's exactly what they tell you to do.
Right. Right. Well, look, Mark, why would I get a job? To me, I consider myself retired. Why would I get a job for $40,000 a year and lose my health benefits? Why would I do that? Now, I can put my kids on this plan. My kids. I can put them on there, but, I can rape the system so bad, but I don't want to. But, if I make $40,000, that's why the middle class is so pissed off about what all the political shit going on in our lives. Why would the middle class person making $56,000 pay all this shit so I can get free health benefits?
And that's really the sad part, the fact that the only person who does get hurt is the middle class worker who gets squeezed more and more as the years go by, to the point where there almost isn't any middle class anymore.
Right, there is no more middle class. You're rich or poor, that's it. Rich or poor, that's all you are.
Yep.
So I decided to be rich, but at the same time, I can't be rich because I lose. I mean, this is crazy. I can put my kids on my health plan. It's nuts. I said, you know what, Mark? It took 2 seconds to get me on this health plan, and it's fantastic. I got free clean. I used to pay, even when I was with my old former company, I still had to pay $100 for a clean. I still had to pay my deductibles. Here, nothing. Not a thing.
Well,
it's sad. The sad part is that it feels like the government's turned me into something I don't want to be. I want to work. I want this, but if I work, I lose this.
But you see, the government did turn you into something you don't want to be.
Right. Why do I care about working anymore? Why do I care about the health insurance? I'm covered now. I got my card. It just came in. Just so you know, Dr. Mark, just effective May 1. I got my card. I got free health.
Yeah.
No, not even a co-payment. But if I make more than
and then you also got dental, right?
Yeah, I got dental.
Good dental plan.
I need mental.
He said he went to the dentist.
Yeah, I went to the dentist today.
Yeah, so you got a good dental.
Yeah, and X-rays, and I'm going back on May 11th for a cavity I filled. It's all free, but not in the past. It wasn't. I worked my ass off and had to pay for it, but now it's all free. You tell me what's wrong with
Dan, you know what I think's going to happen? Felix is going to go into work tomorrow, close up the office, call up all his accounts.
And join you.
My wife is doing this. Marianne, she did this. She's doing the same thing. She told me what to do, Marianne. She just said, take that card. Once you get it, use it as much as you can. Get all your stuff done, everything. Get everything done.
You might as well.
Right, you might as well. It's great. And these are good doctors. The dentist I saw today was fantastic. Nice lady, Russian lady, and we talked about pudding and everything else. Nice.
And are you ready for this? That nice Russian lady? In Russia, she was probably a dentist, and here, because of a language barrier, she's cleaning teeth.
Yeah.
It's sad, but
no,
true.
She was a dentist, wasn't she?
No.
No, this whatever Russian dentist I went to. A very nice lady, but very professional.
Was the Russian the dentist?
Yes, the Russian was a dentist.
She was a dentist?
Okay. Yeah, so she was a great job, very professional, and everything else. So now she referred me to other people on the plan. I have to go to oral for my tooth, my cracked tooth, and they said they take this plan. Go talk to them. I made an appointment for her another date, so it's all free.
Well,
it's amazing.
Dan, I almost hate to say this because it's going to make you laugh, but you know who else gets free medical and dental?
Obama.
Prisoners.
Oh yeah, of course. I know it's a screwed up system we have. It really is. But I hate to keep bringing up, black, Spanish. I mean, to me, a good person. I don't care what the hell you are, but they work the system so well. They really do. I hate to bring race into your show, but I'm telling you, they know how to work it. We don't. I'm learning it. Like I just told you guys, I'm learning the system.
You're right. You are.
Roll down, and play dead. And these guys know it. This is why they don't go anywhere, but they're told not to go anywhere. Why? Look, you make $30,000 a year, try to better yourself, and you know what? You lose all these benefits. I told her that I'm not going to say names, but my white Italian friend, female, is getting food stamps, $475 a month, food stamps. Just use a credit card and anything food for free, for $475 a month. She
must have dependents. She must have children if she's making that kind of money.
Right. Here's the problem, Mark. Thanks for bringing it up. 3 kids she has. The more kids she has, the more money she makes.
Oh, I am very well aware of that.
So she gets $1,800 a month free rent. And nice apartment, too. The town, whatever state comes by, just go every other month and checks on her, make sure that's kosher. So now, here, get this now. Here's the kicker. So now, she can't marry, and she loses all these benefits.
Right.
So now she has a live-in boyfriend who makes a good living. So he lives for free.
Basically, yes, he does.
Right, he lives for free. So he moved in with her. They have 3 kids. Well, 2 kids were previous marriage. They never got married. They had another kid. 3 kids. The more kids she gets, the more money she makes. I'm not correct myself. She gets, I think, $630-something a month food stamps free. $1,800 a month rent. They pay for Section 8, and same the health benefits. So there's no incentive for her to work. And I'm talking about a white girl, a white Italian girl. Why would she work? I don't know about you. As long as you $1,800 a month and $600 of food stamps and health benefits, why would you work?
That's very true.
That's the problem with the system. And I'm part of the problem too. I have to say it on the phone. I'm part of the problem now. But they tell you, don't work. We'll give you free health insurance. This is why Republicans are so pissed off.
Yeah, you're gonna make me vote Republican now if you don't watch it.
I know. It doesn't make it makes no sense to me. It doesn't. All I can tell you, Felix, I know what you pay for health insurance, but I was paying $1,300 a month for a family plan, and now I pay $0, and I get everything.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to.
Guys, but I'm just telling you how I feel.
Mark,
I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
I want you to hear something. I want you to hear a little bit of a something. Listen to this. It's good. What you're listening to is the U.S. Army Blues jazz band. And
God. Well, God, it's always fun
good music.
To you.
Very interesting.
And that's another thing that's free. It's not copyrighted, so we're allowed to play these songs. It's really good music. It's a lot of fun to listen to. But anyway, guys, I think I'm just falling asleep here.
I heard you snoring before, Phil. Have a good night. Always fun to talk to you guys.
All right, Dan, you too.
Same here. Thank you.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right.
Okay.
Mark,
Felix,
Mark,
wrapping
I have
it up.
a problem.
What?
I have a problem, Mark.
Well, you got to feed him yourself.
That's it. I got to bring him in myself tonight.
That's right. You do.
All right, so we will talk to you later.
All right, Friday.
Yep, Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
No, wait. Time out. Friday, I can't do it. Have other plans.
You're not allowed to make plans.
Well, this was actually my idea because my son is off from work, and we're going out for Mother's Day because he's not off on Sunday.
That's nice. All right. Not a problem.
Okie doke.
All right. Let me go. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.
I want you to think very carefully about what Dan said. Tomorrow, I expect you to go in and put up a sign that says closed for business and then go down to social services. All right, Felix.
Exactly. All right. Hey, you have a good night now.
And you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.